Jackie from Bronx Baubles, coming to you live from a beach out on Long Island. I woke up this morning and I felt like I needed to get to the beach as soon as possible. I love the beach, and anytime that I'm feeling a certain kind of way, I always come to the beach to rejuvenate. So I decided to do this video here on the beach for you. It's not the best day, it's not the sunniest, it's not the brightest, but I'm at the beach. So today's video is on a few of my favorite things. So my first item is this amazing, incredible, beautiful butterfly necklace. This is an actual butterfly encased in glass, surrounded by a silver lining, and it's from the Morpho butterfly, and it's really huge. Just to give you an idea of how big this is. This necklace I purchased a good 20 years ago. Now, if you're wondering if I hurt these species, I can tell you that this butterfly was not harmed in any way. They have these butterfly farms where when the butterfly passes on, they collect them from the ground and they make these amazing pieces of jewelry. One of the most fascinating things about the blue Morpho butterfly is that it's actually not blue at all. Blue is actually a very, very rare color in the animal species kingdom. What's happening is that the shape of the butterfly wing structure reflects the light of the sun and the sky, and is not actually blue at all, but because of the way it's reflected and refracted, it turns the butterfly wing blue. You can see this more readily when you look through the butterfly in this light. It's not really blue, but more brown. When a butterfly lands, it usually lands with its wings closed. This is so that you don't see the shimmering lights of the blue, but the brown side. And if you look at the brown side of the butterfly, you can see what looks like eyes, which are intended to scare away predators. Clever little devils, aren't they? And butterfly jewelry has been made for many, many years. In fact, I have a few Victorian examples of butterfly jewelry. In the movie It's Complicated, Meryl Streep wore a very beautiful blue Morpho butterfly necklace, which she popularized at the time. She wore it in several scenes. But this one by far is my favorite. Look at that stunning necklace, and I think it's so beautiful, I'm actually going to keep it on. So this is a Morpho butterfly necklace, and as you can see, it's huge and beautiful. And my first of my favorite things to show you today. The second thing I wanted to show you is this amazing crystal necklace. And I purchased this crystal necklace, I want to say a good 7 years ago. But it's like little droplets of rain on this necklace, and it just brings out the color. And even though it's clear, it just kind of glows. It's just beautiful, beautiful glass, faceted, high quality, and it's on this beautiful chain, and it looks amazing on. And I found these earrings some time later, and I just thought it was so beautiful. Oops, here's the other, that I matched it up with this necklace. So I'm just happy to have this as one of my favorite pieces in my collection. Another one of my favorite things, and I've shown this necklace before, it's this Victorian-like Maximal Art Necklace, and it has three little almost like lockets that dangle from this hand. And the Victorians always had these hand motifs as to show strength, and this one I love because of my daughter's picture inside. She's got this gorgeous little tiny little picture of her in a pink background, and it says Sophie Rose. One of my favorite things. I love this necklace so much, and I wear it often. One of my favorite things is this ring. This ring here is called a Tickle Ring, and it has a very unusual motif and design to it. I'll show you an up-close picture of it. It almost has like a exotic Moroccan feel, but they call this the Tickle Ring because it has this little tiny dangling little tassel. And what you're supposed to do is tickle your lover, either through his hands or on his neck or in the back of his ears or in his ears. Have him close his eyes, tickle his face or her face. Doesn't matter which it is, but this tickle ring is supposed to elicit a little bit of fetishness or just innocent fun where you get to tickle your lover. And that's why I love this tickle ring, because it's unique. I actually purchased this, I want to say maybe 25 years ago. I've had it for a long time, and can I tell you, I haven't used it yet, but I need to take this out and tickle someone. Another one of my favorite things is this earring right here. I love these earrings because it just elicits some exoticism, and I've always loved exoticisms. When I put it on my ears, I get so many compliments from people who say, oh, those are beautiful earrings you're wearing. And I think because it attracts people's attention, because of the dangles, because of the pearls, and it's so beautiful against my dark hair. And so I find these in a lot of different colors. I find them silver with blue stones and red stones and yellow stones, but these in particular are my favorites, and I wear them often. So these are definitely part of my favorite thing. One of my favorite things are these lava stone necklaces. I don't know if that's what you call them, but that's what I call it. And I don't even know how I came up with the term lava stone necklace. Maybe it's actually a truth. But these are stones that look like they're made from cement, and they're put on this silver chain, and then it looks like it's fired on with a glaze. So this piece actually looks very old. If you look at the clasp is pretty old. I don't know where this is from. If I had to guess, maybe the 30s, maybe the 40s, maybe even the 50s, or perhaps the 70s during the hippie movement. All I can tell you is that this is something that to me seems a little bit more on the organic side. I love glitz and glitter and shiny things and crystals and gold and all this sort of stuff, but I also have this humbler side to me that likes things that are found objects, or jewelry that's made from things that you can pick up from the trash. And I also like things that are like this, that almost have that organic feel to them, although it is covered in a glaze. It's almost like pottery, and so I just love it. For some reason it calls to me, and that's how I purchase my jewelry, is by things that call out to me. And so this is part of my favorite things. Another item from my favorite things are these earrings. Now, I can't tell you why things become my favorite things. There's all sorts of reasons. It's not just one reason that makes something my favorite things. Most of the time it has a sentimental meaning, but also sometimes I pick things that are my favorite things because it's a milestone for me. And in this case, these Art Deco earrings were a milestone for me, because I remember exactly when I purchased these earrings and why I purchased them. And that was as soon as I graduated from college. I moved into the city, and I was in the West Village at an antique store there, and I spotted these earrings. And while I was in college, I really didn't have a lot of money to purchase things, so my collecting happened when I was out in the real world, working in a real job, making real money. But these earrings right here were before any of that happened. These earrings were purchased when I graduated from college with just zero money in the bank account. But when I saw these earrings, I just had to get them. And can I tell you, I have never ever seen a pair of earrings similar to these ever again. Now, I have a series of French enamel Art Deco brooches. I have about 30 to 35 pieces in my collection, and one day I'll take those out to show you. But these are the only earrings I own from that collection. So glad that I still have these in my collection, and they will remain in my collection because it brings me back to a time where I was able to purchase something that meant something to me. And it was a time that when I couldn't afford it, I found a way to afford it because I've always loved jewelry my whole entire life. And so these will remain in my collection because of that. And that's why they're part of my favorite things. Here is another one of my favorite things. And if you can hear the jingle and the jangle, sometimes, jewelry has an audio factor to it where the jingling and the jangling is part of the whole idea of wearing these beautiful pieces. There are these Indian ankle bracelets that have bells on it, so when they're dancing, you hear the jingle and the jangle of the bells. You have even like maybe belly dancers that wear jingle jangles jewelry, and this is a jingle jangle piece of jewelry. And there's in Indian, if you read the Kama Sutra, there are these special girdle or belts that the Indian concubines would wear around their waists so that when they make love, it has a gentle jangle to it. And perhaps some of it is that you're making love in such a way that it doesn't jangle, and that means you're an expert in what you do. And so some of that this is what that reminds me of. This is not a belt, but imagine if you're wearing this and you're with your lover and you're having a nice moment with your lover. And if you could just have this necklace where it's not jangling, then you're pretty darn good. But I just think it's beautiful. It has that Miriam Haskell quality with these little plates right here. This is sort of reminiscent of a Miriam Haskell, although this is not marked at all. It's definitely in the older, I would say at least maybe 40s or 50s, or even maybe earlier. This is a really beautiful, nice piece with chunks of turquoise in it and these tiny little bells that are like filigrees. It's just a beautiful, stunning piece. One of my favorite things. So, well, my friends, that concludes my video on a few of my favorite things. Now, thank you for joining me on this cold and windy day, but we're on the beach. And so what could be better than that? Nothing for me, because I can live my life on the beach. So I'm just happy to be here. I feel so good now. I feel really energized, and I'm just happy to put out another video on the beach. And I have a plan to do another one of these videos on the beach. And even though it's a little bit difficult, I'm gonna pull it off because I'm gonna bring you a very special episode on jewelry that comes from the sea. And I have some surprises for you on that, because you'll be surprised what jewelry is made from the sea. And it's not just pearls and shells. So thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. Thank you for taking this ride. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Leave me a comment, because I answer all my comments. Give me a like. Tell me which one of these items were your favorite. I just had a ball putting this video together. I wish the sun was out, but it's not raining, so I'm already a leg up. Thank you so much, and bye.